Okay, so 7 o'clock, we'll start the council meeting, Nipigon council meeting for Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. In the spirit of reconciliation, the Township of Nipigon respectfully acknowledges it is located on the traditional lands of the Red Rock Indian Band, signatory to the Robinson Superior Treaty of 1850 and also the historic presence of the Métis. Okay, so we'll start off. Does anyone have disclosures of pecuniary interest? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 2, minutes. Approval of the previous minutes from December 6, 2022. All right, and that's resolution 187, 2022. Moved by Don to get used to these signatures. John Zechner and seconded by Councillor Kathy Sakamoto, that the minutes of the meeting of council of December 6, 2022 are hereby adopted as recorded by the clerk. Discussion, all in favor and carried. Okay. Next, item number 3, we have finance. Item A, confirm and approve accounts. So this is resolution 188, 2022. Moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the payment of accounts as listed on the following payment voucher be and the same is hereby confirmed and approved. Payment voucher number 41, 2022, $29,026.32. And payment voucher number 42, 2022 at $151,000, $151,997,000.57. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? And carried. So next, under 3B finance, we have Ontario Provincial Police presentation with Staff Sergeant Moskal is here with us today to present the 2022 report.
Hello, everybody, and thank you. For those of you that don't know me, I'm David Moskal, and the Staff Sergeant of the Detachment, and that cluster is responsible for not only Nipigon, but Scarborough Bay as well. So we have 33 officers working in 2 offices across a couple hundred kilometers. So the work that we do is of course traffic enforcement, provincial highways, waterways, trails. But the other bigger piece of that is the policing of municipalities. And that policing and those statistics that we gather drive out the reports that you see in front of you tonight. So there was a error that I want to point out in the second quarter report. It was a 2019 somehow got snuck in there on page 10 of the April-June report. Just one of the graphs, bottom of the page. Shows 2019 and 2020, 2021. So those numbers should read as the graph above 2020, 2021, and 2022. So thank you for waiting that out. Or eyes that read this report twice and I missed it. If you're ever looking for a different line of work, on over, we're always hiring.
Well, my mom was a teacher, so
there you go. Yeah. So basically, I'd like to direct your attention to the third quarter report and just a high level run through of some of the stats that I think are important. They're all important, but I'd like to direct you to page 9 of that report. And it has a year-to-year comparison from 2020 to 2022 on some of the major occurrences that our members deal with. again, page 10 goes into further detail, and page 11 are kind of our simple graph charts. Numbers, green of 2022 dropping, in the theft under, the mischief, the threats, assaults, and up a little bit with assault with a weapon and sexual assaults down over last year. Those are kind of the big picture items. If you go to page 12, where we cover our domestic alarms and our ride hours. So those are some of the major things that we do on a regular basis. Lately, we have completed or in the process of completing a major break and enter and theft ring that was working this area. We recovered about $750,000 worth of stolen property, everything from trailers and vehicles to drilling equipment. We solved a case in Timmins, and we also solved a case in Edmonton. So it shows that the activity that's going on in our communities is not isolated to our communities. This moves across the region. We also have had several major drug investigations. Now, those aren't showing up particularly on your local stats. So there's a couple of reasons for that. So big picture, at our detachment, we have about $750,000 worth of contraband cigarettes that we've seized off the road. We have just in the last 6 months seized over $100,000 in cash of drug dealers running through this area. We have 2 cars, a car and a truck in our parking lot right now. So my parking lot is filling up with various items that we're seizing. The best way that we can put a dent in these individuals is take away their cars, their cash, their drugs, and their guns. That's what we've been working. We have a couple of major cases going on in that regard. We actually have 32 drug investigations going on underway, and we have search warrants being written for over 14 phones that have been seized in drug investigations. So there's work going on behind the scenes and constant work that you're not seeing driven out by the stats, but with those stats and with those stops, we're getting valuable intelligence. We know of, and one of my major pushes when I first got here, one of the first emails I sent to the detachment cluster was, tell me who your top 5 drug dealers are in towns that we serve between Nipigon and Scriber. We identified those immediately because, of course, our members are pretty tuned into who's doing what in town, and work is underway and investigations are underway to make arrests. We have arrested some of them, but the justice system tends to turn those people back out in the street, so we have to gear up again. We have to go after them again. So that work is continuing as well, but we do have a lot of the major people who were dealing drugs in this town continue to deal drugs in this town, but they were on, they have been arrested and released by the court. So we have to fire on them. We have to get them back into custody again. So that work is underway as well. So there's a lot of moving pieces that don't show up on the stats, but and I can't really go into the details of, but I certainly will go into the details once further arrests are made, once we get those people from the courts. The challenge, as always, is to oppose bail at every opportunity and try and keep these folks locked up and out of our towns. But that has mixed results depending on the evidence and the grounds and the judges. So and of course our holiday ride season has started, so you're going to see our officers doing ride programs in the bulk area. The other piece of this that doesn't show up on the stats. So if we make an arrest on the highway, the town doesn't get billed for it. So that billing goes to the province. So you'll see that there have been several large drug seizures and arrests that the town didn't get billed for because the highway, because because if we grab them on the highway, you don't get billed for it, so it's actually an advantage to you if we get them on the highway, so that's another piece of what's going on behind the scenes that you may not see in your report. So are there any questions?
Councilor McKenzie?
Yes, thank you very much for that report. It's very, very interesting. I just had a couple of questions and comments for you there. I just wanted to let you know that as council, we're here to help and assist you and, you know, make presentations at places like that and that. So, you know, hopefully that'll help spur things provincially. Certainly appreciate the foot patrols. I think that goes a long way to promoting, you know, good community involvement. I did have a technical question for you on reported as values, and there is a code 8860 assist master code. I didn't, and that would be,
Yep.
I'm not sure what that
So
is.
what that, I don't even have to look at it. I think I know what you need to know here. So there, all our activities are broken down into different codes. And if they're, so we may have an assist public or assist another government agency, assist another police force, or police service, sorry, I'm dating myself, assist, say, federal parks or. Now, if we don't have a specific code under that, it refers back to the master, which is just an assist.
Okay, so your department's just assisting.
Yeah.
Someone else.
It would be assisting, generally speaking. Well, it could be the public, it could be a government agency, it could be any number, it could be, I think the fire department has a specific one, but interestingly enough, I don't think ambulance has one, so we have to put it as assist other or assist government agency. So it just depends. Or for example, if the hospital calls because they have a patient that they might be having some difficulty, that could go in as assist.
Okay.
Or the school calls, that could go in as assist if they have an issue that doesn't fit a specific charge. Or
Yeah, we just, I seen that, and I just.
Yeah, we get asked that a lot.
Everything else was pretty well self-explanatory. And then with the ride programs, are they set up at an officer's whim, or how do you decide when to do that?
So there's two pieces to that. One is we like to do them random. But the other piece is, without getting the let me know all my trade secrets. What I did was I reached out to our analyst in Thunder Bay, at the Northwest region. We have 2 analysts at work. And what I asked for is tell me the hot spots that we have in this patrol area, being Nipigon to just the other side of Terrace Bay. And what I said was I want a heat map on areas where we've had either serious accidents or fatalities. And I forwarded that information to the platoon sergeants. I said, here's that information from you. What I want is I want some efforts paid. I want you to be responsible, take ownership for it. And I want you to pay particular attention to those areas where we've had difficulties. So there's a piece of that goes into it as well. Now, what another piece that drives that is I can't always do that on 11/17 on a day like today. So the officers and the sergeants in particular have to make sure that the officers are working in a safe manner for the public and for the officers. We don't want to cause crashes by the mere fact that we're stopping vehicles in a less than ideal spot. If the heat map shows a curve, you know, I certainly don't want our officers out doing a ride on a curb on a day where they barely have the road plowed, but they can step up enforcement pieces in that area. So it's a little bit of a
Okay, so really they're not set up on a whim, really.
It's a mix. It's a mix. We leave it to their discretion. Because there may be something going on. There may be a party going on. There may be an event going on, right? So I would expect that they would communicate that to the people at the event and to back that up. by setting up in the vicinity, to make sure that they're seen and to make sure that they're providing an effective deterrent.
Okay, and I just have one other comment or question. Like if you do a major drug arrest like in Nipigon, right? And say there's $100,000 that you confiscate, can that be sent aside to township?
Geez, I agree.
Township?
I would. So the last seizure that we did, constable, one of the constables stopped a vehicle and had $78,000 in the backseat of a shopping cart. Or a shopping bag, sorry. That subject was driving through a 70 zone at $1.30. So what he was trying to do is he had made his deal in Thunder Bay. He was trying to get back to Toronto, that he split and turn that cash into product and get it back here, right? No, it goes to the
answer is
province.
no.
The answer
Doesn't
is
hurt to try.
yeah. I would love to be able to do those things. We'd be able to do a lot of different things. But no, unfortunately, it goes to Her Majesty.
Okay, thank you, Your Worship.
Anyone else have? Answer, second word? Okay. I just wanted to make a comment, that we're starting to get in our confirmation of our meetings with our ministers when we go to Roma in January. And we did get a meeting with the Solicitor General to talk about justice reform. So.
Well, I thank you for that. I have to measure my comments on that, of course, as you can well imagine. But, I think you know where my heart is on those subjects, and I hope you're able to get some attention paid to, just some lines in the sand. There's certain things that we can try to rehabilitate people and help them and support them and get them on the right track. And there's other things that, a drug dealer making $3,000 a day is not going to really be interested in flipping burgers at McDonald's for jobs, go to gym. So there's some pieces that certainly need to be addressed. So thank you for your support on that. And if there's anything I can do, if there's any background information I can help you with, I'm more than happy to share what I can, kind of walking that fine line.
Yeah, maybe still some statistics and maybe looking for when we put our package together.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. You. Okay. You're welcome to go back and sit in the audience, or and watch the rest of the meeting, or you're welcome to be on your way.
I would love to part of it if I could.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're still on number 3, finance, Thunder Bay District Health Unit 2023 levy. This is resolution 189/2022, moved by Councillor Sakamoto and seconded by Councillor Zechner. Is there any discussion on this? Yes, Councillor.
Yes, thank you. I see the levy is $39,445 for 2023. And just, I don't know if you know this, acting CEO, you know how much it was for last year?
Yes, Kelly told me in my last slides. So it was $38,066 last year.
Okay, so it really hasn't gone up significantly, but it has gone up roughly a % or 2.
And I believe that it's going to continue increasing for the next little bit, eh?
Yeah, and just so that people, especially the public, realize that we do pay a levy to the Thunder Bay District Health Unit. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other? I did notice that they're looking at 2024, that there's going to be a new split, where it would be the province paying 70%, I think, and the municipality paying 30%. From my calculations, we currently pay 17%. So that's like a 13% increase. Might be give or take because there's 6% in fees that are factored in there, but we're probably looking at an increase at least of 7%, 7 to 13% for next year. So, which I mean on it's okay. So hearing no more discussion, all in favor? And carried. All right, number 4, Public Works. Resolution number 190/2022, moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Nipigon Public Works Committee on December 13th, 2022 are hereby approved with recommendations 1 to 6 approved. Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor? And carried.
Your worship,
Yes.
generally speaking, they read out the,
Oh,
what the committee
okay.
had already opened.
All right, so I'll take that. It's not actually on the resolution here, so I'll just read those out. Okay, so the recommendations are as follows. Number 1, regular garbage collection scheduled for Tuesday, December 27th, 2022 be rescheduled to Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. Number 2, the landfill be closed on Monday, December 26th, 2022, Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, and Monday, January 2nd, 2023, and open on Wednesday, December 28th, 2022 from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Number 3, the gate to the recycling depot be left closed on Sunday, December 25th, Monday, December 26th, Tuesday, December 27th, and Sunday, January 1st, and Tuesday, January 2nd, 2023. Number 4, the Public Works Committee is to meet January 17th, February 14th, March 14th, April 11th, May 9th, June 13th, September 12th, October 10th, November 14th, and December 12th, 2023. Number 5, council forward the service of providing a senior snow removal program to the Finance Committee for consideration while preparing the 2023 operating budgets. And number 6, council acknowledge receipt of the memo from WSP titled 2022 results for microcystin sampling and testing dated December 8th, 2022. So those were the 6 that were approved. Okay. All right, and number 4, section B, resignation of Public Works Superintendent Jeff Aiken. That is resolution 191. 2022, moved by Councillor Sakamoto, seconded by Councillor Zechner, that this council hereby accepts with regret Public Works Superintendent Jeff Aiken's resignation effective January 13th, 2023. Any discussion? Yes,
Sorry.
Councillor McKenzie.
I would just like to publicly thank Jeff for his service to our community over the last 14 years. He's done an outstanding job, and he's led us through many difficulties. And so I just wanted to thank him for that and wish him all the best. I can pretty well say that on behalf of council and staff. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say, basically the same thing, Jeff, for no other reason, because I like you. And I think you did an excellent job with the 4 years I've been here, and there's no doubt in my mind you succeed wherever else you go. Congratulations on your new position.
I would like to repeat that. It's been a pleasure working with you. You've always been there to provide assistance and guidance and lending a helping hand always whenever it's required, or even when it's not required. You're still there, ready and able to help. And I would like to just to make everybody aware that the Public Works Department has been doing very well, especially in the water. And they've just got results back from the Ministry of Environment inspection summary rating record, and they scored a 94%. So that's quite impressive.
My guys rock.
So I'd just like to say to you, Jeff, I had the pleasure of working with Jeff for about 6 years, and it was wonderful. As John said, you're a very likable chap, nice person, as well as, very knowledgeable, and we're gonna have really big shoes to fill. And, again, it's with regrets that we accept this, but, thank you so much for the 14, almost 15 years, that you've been a public servant here in the township, and you've made a huge impact, so thank you. All in favor? And carried. Item number 5, recreation. Minutes of November 23, 2022. Just gonna find that on my iPad here. Okay. So, this is resolution 192, 2022. Moved by, Councillor McKenzie and seconded by Councillor Zechner, that the minutes of the Nipigon Recreation Committee of November 23rd, 2022 are hereby adopted. Is there any discussion of that? Any questions? Okay, no recommendations, no. Any comments or anything? I'm just gonna make sure that I do. Okay, and I just wanted to say that's good to hear that the Winter Carnival has a tentative date, March 6th to 8th, so that's good to hear that that's going ahead. Oh,
And I just wanted to let you know that Kristen did send her regrets. She had an appointment tonight and wasn't able to come.
all right, so all in favor? And carried. Okay, and then we have another set of recreation minutes. We're doing a little catch up here. So the minutes of December 12th, 2022. So this is resolution 193, 2022, moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Nipigon Recreation Committee of December 12th, 2022 are hereby adopted. Any discussion, questions? Sure. So I just wanted to comment that it's really great that we have the ODR back, the outdoor rink. And it sounds like the kids are having a good time. It's getting lots of use. There's going to be a bonfire night on January 18th, which sounds awesome as well. There's discussion on the dog park, so it looks like they're asking for more information and then having that information brought back to the committee. So that's excellent. And then I will contact her. I can let you know, maybe to ask Kristen for the youth fun day. I'm just looking at I'm just wondering at how well attended that the youth fun day has been, like just what are the numbers, and okay, I'm just curious. Just seeing how things seem to be rebounding from COVID, which is good. So okay, all in favor? And okay, and then we're on to economic development. Item number 6, the Rural Economic Development Program. So this is just a letter that's informing our township that the Rural Economic Development Program that's run through OMAFRA is going to open up for applications on January 23rd. Yeah. So I understand we have received that grant before a couple of times. And it can be very helpful for a number of activities. So, any discussions?
I was just gonna ask staff if they, do we have any, ideas for funding opportunities for this year, or?
I'm not completely aware. I believe so, but I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Yeah, because it's new to me, this program, and I'm just wondering about if there's funding available that we should be allowed.
that it might be, an opportunity if we do decide to do a land asset management plan for the waterfront.
Oh,
I was looking at the, all the eligible expenses and eligible projects and things like that, and it doesn't look like strategic planning is eligible for funding, but, it might be under the land asset management plan. There is a little bit of, there's some funding too for capital, as far as I understand, that fund was used for, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but I believe it was used for all the purchasing all the flags and doing some work up at the lookout as well, yeah. Yeah. And that's a provincial, fund too, so it can be stacked with federal funding, yeah, it's always good. Okay, so that was just, for informational purposes. Move on. Number 7, sundries. Item A, 2023 Northern Ontario Municipal Association Conference. So that is. Right. Okay, I can't find anything in our package here for the Northern Ontario Municipal Association Conference.
I'm not seeing it either.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's NOMA.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Roma.
Yeah.
Or emo.
I think it's toward
Have it? Okay,
I've already,
okay. If it's in the package somewhere, I would have read it, and I don't have any
it's just hotel information. and,
information like that, okay, all right. Oh, then that's probably,
the agent.
okay. So there's no questions about that. Earth Day Canada, charge for change. Again, that is for informational purposes. Any discussion on that? Thunder Bay District Social Service Board, Social Service Administration Board. Yes,
Can I just ask staff, was there a resolution going to be proposed to support their briefing package?
It wasn't present at this time. Is that something that you would be interested in doing?
Yeah, it looks like they're doing something down in
okay,
down
yeah,
in Roma there.
I found it now instead of, it was just an order here. Yeah, so it looks like it's just the, it's basically what we put in, like, request for the, meetings with ministers.
Yeah,
And so this would be their package, so I think it's just informational, just letting us know what they're bringing up. Yeah, they did a really good job there. Template for our packages. So, yeah, so they have 3 issues here, that they're gonna be bringing up. Including dedicated support services for individuals with an alcohol addiction. Making the changes to the guidelines, I guess they had, recommended some changes in 2017 that haven't been applied yet, so there's that. And advocate for the federal government to provide adequate housing and support services on First Nation communities in Ontario. There's information on that as well. And then landlord and tenant board hearing wait times. So they're trying to shorten wait times for landlord and tenant board hearings, which is welcome news for all involved, I think. Would be. Okay. No comments or discussion on that? Okay. So off to item D, City of Toronto, update on Bill 23. So this is more homes built faster, again. Information on that bill. Any discussion? Okay. Association of Municipalities of Ontario watch file. This is basically just a newsletter for council members. Any discussion points for anyone on that? Next, item F, we have Rural Ontario Municipal Association Conference Program. So that's the Roma conference that Councillor Stecker and I will be attending. That's just the program. Any discussion? Okay, item G, a letter from Green Mantle Forest Inc. On recovery strategy for black ash trees. I knew. Counselor McKenzie.
I can't help myself.
I know.
Yeah, I spent well over 30 years in the forest industry, and when you run across black ash, it's rare, okay? And that's a type of tree species that is, like, for up here is very rare and it's very, very beautiful. The wood itself is really nice. I'm glad to see that there is a recovery program. I think it's a great idea. It's now part of an endangered species. So just for an example, I remember I used to have to do a lot of road layout and a lot of boundary location. And I was walking through the forest, and I'd gone through a spruce stand, and then I walked through a poplar stand, and I was walking through this poplar stand, and all of a sudden the hue changed. And I thought, what? Is there something happening? I looked around and I looked, and then all of a sudden I realized that I was in a small packet of black ash. And the feeling is it's unbelievable. And I know that it's a very sought after species for woodworking, for example. So maybe there could be a balance with that, but I'm pretty happy to see that, especially with the black ash leaf borer, or the leaf borers that are coming through, going to try to protect that species. Anyhow, that's my little take on it.
Anyone else have any comments? Yes, it looks like the letter that was sent in to the mayors and councils of all of our region here. They're looking at the individual or the company that sent the letter is concerned about the actions that are being taken by the government. I believe that they're too stringent for the amount of trees that are here. So he's concerned with potential negative social and economic impacts for the proposed protection measures. I don't think he's asking for any letters of support or anything. I think it's just informational for us to be aware of that perspective. Municipality of Greenstone resolution. So this is a resolution that the municipality of Greenstone has approved in regards to the Bill 3, which is, known as the Strong Mayors Act. I believe that's what it's known as in general, but so this Greenstone clearly doesn't agree with that act or with Bill 3, and so they've sent this off to all the municipalities in the area, to our premier, and to the MPPs as well. So I don't believe they're asking for any kind of support or anything. I think it's just informational as well, that they're against the Bill 3. Any discussion, comments? Section I, Lakehead University 2021-2022 annual report. So in our package is a message from the president of Lakehead University, and but the annual report is not included in our package.
It's an online report, so I inserted the link at the bottom of the page there, and you can feel free to take a look. There's some good information there.
So if you didn't get a chance to read it and go to the link, then just you can take a look, and it, again, it's just for informational purposes, so. Section J, temporary small business air quality improvement tax credits. So this is, where small business could qualify to receive up to $12,500 in tax credits if claimed before, December 31st. And this has to do with expenditures in indoor air quality. So like better ventilation, air filtration systems indoors. So there's a tax credit out there for any businesses that are interested in applying for that. And then, like I said, the deadline is this week or next week as well.
Shortly.
You have about a
They
week,
have to
yeah,
act quick.
December 31st, yeah. Yes.
It's just, they had to have bought this, in the past year and a bit. And it's sad that they're letting people know now in the last couple of weeks. Is there any place in town? Did the grocery store add extra air ventilation during COVID?
I think so.
That might have fallen, that you might need
No,
to apply.
No.
I can't even,
The only one I can think of that I know of is the schools.
yeah, schools were doing it, the office didn't. But was during COVID add any extra ventilation? Not that we're a small business, but.
Yeah.
That building.
Yep, so we'll just put it out there if there's any interest in that, they can, maybe contact the town office to get the information for that. I'm not sure what, I didn't look at the, application to see how substantial it is, but. Okay, Water Trails and Tales newsletter. So this is from the Lake Superior Watershed Conservancy, their fall 2022 newsletter. Any comments about that? Great, next, number 8, we'll go to any other business, and we'll start, I don't know, we started with last time, but maybe we'll start over here with Councillor Sakamoto. Nothing? Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was just talking with some members of the Edge Arts community. And apparently for November, they had 17 events at the Edge Arts, which is very commendable. And I just hope that continues. So anyhow, I thought that was pretty significant to have that many events. Now, how many of them were paying? I'm not sure. I just got the number.
And then 17 and how long of a?
During the month of November.
During November,
Yeah, during the
okay.
month of November. And then I guess the other thing is Christmas is coming. So I just wanted to wish council and staff Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and to our people that are sitting interested in municipal politics. And yeah, thank you.
Okay, Councillor
Nothing for me. Merry Christmas to all.
Oh, let's see if I have anything in mind. Sure. No, I think so. Oh, just Merry Christmas. I hope everyone here and out at home in YouTube land there and Zoom land. I hope everyone has a safe and healthy Christmas and a Happy New Year. And here's to a fabulous 2023, and moving forward into the new year with strong hopes for prosperity and health and happiness for all of us in Nipigon and the region. Yeah. All right. Okay. And staff, of course. Yeah. Oh. Would Jeff like to say anything before? This is your last council meeting. It's your last staff meeting, I guess. So would you like to say anything?
Want to thank the doctor for my time here. I enjoyed working with everybody and all this.
So we're at resolution 194. Moved by Counselor Zeckner, seconded by Counselor Sakamoto, that this meeting do now adjourn at the time of 7:43. All in favor? And carried.